Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have created our register, that is a register method, and also for the register, I have created one of the custom request, right? And with the custom request, I have already set up all that role and make that sure you return it as a true. Okay, perfect. So now I want to work forward this register method. So better first of all, that is very easy process. So I make it as a AND method. Okay, so that is our AND method. So now into this method area, I want to work. So first of all, I want to use that as a try and catch. Then that will be better. If I get any error, automatically it will be displayed. And then try and then catch. And for the catch in our logging, for the logging method, you can see that is a catch. So better I copy it. So that is a catch and the exceptions. It should be display this message. So that will be as a catch. Okay, so perfect. So that is a try, and that is our catch. Okay, so perfect. So here I simply add it, and then that is our state message will be displayed as a 400. So for the register, what exactly we have to do? For the register, first of all, we have to create one of the user, right? So now I want to create one of the user. So I take one of the variable as a user, and then that will be, if you are using that eloquent ORM, for the eloquent ORM, I have already loaded that model, right? So model name as a user model. So into the user model, with this we will actually access our this database table as a user, right? So now with this, I want to create one of the user. So that is our model name. I copy it. So now with this model, I want to use it as a create. Okay, that is a create function, and with this create function, I want to create with what? I want to create with the name. So that will be as a name, and for the name, that will be our request name. Whatever the request actually you pass it, so that will be our request name. Okay, so I make it as a request. So with this request, our field name will be as a name. Okay, so I simply add it, and also I want to pass that as a email, and then also will be needed the password. So email will be same at the request. With this request, I want to pass that as the email. So that will be our email. And then another one, I want to take it as a password. Okay, password. So I have already added all that validation in our this request area. So that is all that our validation I have already added. So now there is a password will be our hash password, right? So that will be as a requested password, and also when it will be saved in our this database, this password field, here I want to make it as a hash password, not the direct name. I want to insert it on here. So if you want to insert it, first of all, that will be the same as a request. Okay, I make it as a request, and then requested our field name as a password. Okay, so this password, when it will be saved, I want to make it as a hash password. So hash. Okay, hash, and I want to make it as a hash make. So into the hash make area, here I want to pass our this request. So now I simply cut it, and here I simply paste it. Okay, perfect. So for the hash, when you use that hash, as I told you, that will be needed. You can see that is actually hash. Make that sure you load this hash. Okay, so perfect. So now that will be the hash, and when it will be done, okay, so when it will be done, that is actually ended. So semicolon, and after that I want to generate it. That means the same as a create another token. For the register, I want to take another token as a token. Okay, the token and token will be the same with this authenticated. That means which user is created. So I have take that things with this variable. So now with this user, right? So now with this user, sorry, that will be as a token, and with this user, I want to create this. That means that will be the create, and then token. So there is a create token method, and you will be create token for this app. So this app, and then I want to access it. I want to access token. Okay, so here I have already discussed about that things with you. Here for the logging, I have done the same things. Okay, so now it will be created this token, and after that I want to return that all that our response message. So that will be as a return, and then the response, which message it should be displayed after when it should be successfully logging. You can actually set up in here. So I want to show that message will be it should be displayed as a registration successfully done. Okay, or registration successful. Okay, successful. So this type of the message should be displayed, and also I want to show that token. So make that sure you add that comma, because that is one of the array. So here, then our token. Okay, that will be actually our token. Our token will be this token that actually I have created. So that it will be created on the token, so that will be our token, right? And also I want to get that our user all the data, so that will be the user, and our user that will be our this created user. I take that things with this variable, so here that will be as a user. Perfect. So here also I want to add that on the state code for this one as a 200. Okay, so that will be as a 200 state code, and then that will be as a catch. Everything is looking great. Okay, everything is looking great in here, and that is our AND method. So friend, that's all. So now I want to check it. I want to check it with the postman. If everything okay, now that should be created one of the new user with this name, email, password, and the confirm password also we have to add it, and then it will be return response message as a registration successful. If everything okay, rather then it will be show that message, okay, error message. So now let's check it. So now if you click as a save all, I click as a save all, and now I want to check it in our postman. So that is our logging. I have already checked it, so now I copy it, but I want to open new one, and here I paste it, and API, and now our route name is what? Our route name is right now as a register, right? So now I copy it, so now that will be as a API, and then the register. So for the register here, we have to add it in our body, into the body, that is our form data. So into the form data area, we have to add all that our field. So first of all, that will be the name, and then that will be as email, and then I want to pass that password, and then the confirm password. Okay, that means the password underscore confirmation. Password underscore confirmation. So that is all that our field. So with this, it will be created one of the new user. Right now, that is our name. I want to use that name as a Kazi. Okay, Kazi Aryan. And then for the email, I want to use it as a kazi@gmail.com. And now I want to put that password. I want to put it as a Udemy 12345, and also Udemy 12345. Okay, so now everything is set up. The name as a Kazi Aryan, and the email as a kazi@gmail.com, the password Udemy 12345, and password confirmation Udemy 12345, and that will be one of the not that get, that will be obviously one of the post method, right? So here I have already used it. Our route is a post, so there is a register. So now I want to check it. Okay, and that means if everything okay, now that should be generated our name. That is, it should be displayed the message as a success, registration successful. Also it should be displayed the token. Also it should be displayed that user. Now I click the save all again, and now I want to check it here. If everything okay, now that should be generated one of the registration successful. Now click as a send. And if you go, yes, you can see friend, now our message is perfect. So now I hope everything is very clear to you. Now you can see friend, now it's showing as a message as a registration successful. So that is actually our message, right? And also is generated on the token. So that is actually the token. You can see it's now also displayed these tokens. So that is actually our authentication token. Okay, this is the authenticated token. And after that, there is a user. You can see which user is actually created. So here I have actually created this user, and then it's display our this created new user all the data. Okay, so here you can see I display it. So now it's perfectly displayed as the user as a Kazi Aryan, email, and then updated and the created date. So now also if you want to check it, if you check it our database, now our new user should be loaded in here. Now click as a browse. Yes, you can see that is a new ID one, the name as a Kazi Aryan, email address also here, pass it, and the password I have already changed it. I make it as a hash password, right? So here I have already updated. You can see the password field, it should be save it in our here, that is our password, as a make it as a hash password. So now you can see it's now created as a hash password. Perfect. Okay, so now if you want to check our logging, so here before I have already checked it our logging. So before I didn't have any data, for the reason it's actually display as an invalid email or password, right? So right now I have one of the data. So now go to our this post. So that is our logging, and here before there is email, there is inappropriate email address, inappropriate password. For the reasons is display as invalid email or password. Now I want to actually logging our this email, that is a kazi@gmail.com. So now use it as a kazi. Okay, kazi@gmail.com, and I want to put that password. I have already used it. I have already used it as a Udemy 12345, right? So now I want to use it. That will be as a Udemy 12345. Okay, friends. So now that should be display what? It's now should be display. That is our same message as a successfully login, and it should be display the token and then user, right? So now let's check this out. If you now click as a, there is a post method, now click as a send. Yes, you can see now there is message as a successfully logged in, and it's generated one of the token. There is the same token that I have actually created. So there is a token. So it's generated this token in here. So there is a token, and also you can see there is a logging user, all the data. Now I actually get it, the name, email address, right, friend? I hope everything is very much clear to you. That means we successfully complete our logging, and also we will successfully complete our register. So next video I want to discuss about that forget password option. Then I will discuss about that reset password option. So how can do that work step by step. Everything will be more clear to you. Okay, friends. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.